So, you're hearing more and more about soccer in the US. You hear the Super Bowl of soccer is coming in 2026, whatever that means. Your friends refuse to go out on Friday nights because they have an early Saturday kickoff to watch. You just don't get it. Are they hypnotized? Trying to seem overly cultured? I mean, do they not realize that watching competitive basket weaving is more entertaining than soccer? Let's explore this topic in today's video with one simple question. Is soccer boring? A common misconception in the US is that European soccer is low scoring and non engaging, and honestly, it might as well be used as a sleep aid. However, is this the case? If we assume the average soccer match is played for 100 minutes, so 90 minutes of regular time and 5 minutes of extra time per half, this can create a perception amongst the US fan base that there's simply not enough time for anything exciting to happen. Well, let's compare this runtime to popular American sports. The average NFL game lasts for 3 hours and 12 minutes, or 192 minutes. The average MLB game lasts for 2 hours and 40 minutes, or 160 minutes. And last but not least, the average NBA game lasts between 2 and 2.5 hours, so 120 or 150 minutes. With the difference in game lengths, it makes sense where this idea would come from. But does more time equal higher scoring? It really depends how we perceive this fact. What if instead of overall score totals, we compared individual max scoring opportunities? So in the NFL, this would be a touchdown, and in soccer, a goal. Let's look at some statistics from both sports. In the 2020 NFL season, the average team scored 24.8 points per game. Now, let's look at the average goals scored per game in different European soccer leagues in 2023. Across the German Bundesliga, Dutch Eredivisie, French League One, English Premier League, and Italian Serie A, the average goals per game was approximately 3. At first glance, the American NFL scoring statistics appear to blow soccer out of the water. However, if we compare each individual max scoring opportunity, the figures between the NFL and European soccer start to look more similar. For the NFL, let's consider touchdowns without the extra point as the individual max scoring opportunity, so 6 points per touchdown. Based on the 2020 points per game averages, this would make the individual max scoring opportunity roughly 4 over the course of an approximately 3-hour game. Whereas in the 2023 goal by European Soccer League statistics, this would put the individual max scoring opportunity at roughly 3 per 100-minute game. When comparing the NFL and European soccer based on max scoring opportunities per game, the idea of soccer being a low scoring, boring sport does not hold as much weight, especially given the average runtime of a soccer match. However, I am no NFL expert, so I am fully prepared for the backyard barbecue in the comments where I am the main course. Alright, you've convinced me. Maybe the scoring isn't as bad as I thought. But let's be real. All they do is stand around and kick a ball back and forth. It's easy and boring. They're lazy, and I'm sure I have better cardio. I mean, you do know it's cutting season, right? I can see where this comes from. If you rarely watch soccer and only catch glimpses of a game, it might definitely seem like you're watching a live stream of a sculpture museum. However, numerous researchers have found that the average professional soccer player runs 7 miles per match. This, of course, depends on position. Midfielders tasked with multiple roles in a team can easily surpass this. For example, in the 2018 World Cup, Marcelo Brozovic ran 10.5 miles in a single round of 16 match. That's pretty difficult if you ask me. But then again, I consider hitting 1,000 steps a day an achievement. Alright, whatever. Maybe it's not as physically easy as I thought, but still, all they do is pass the ball back and forth with their defenders. I mean, I could do that. Okay, fine. You might have gotten me with that analysis. Or did you? I mean, in soccer, this can definitely occur. And oftentimes it depends on the team you're watching and their style of play. For example, lower table teams may employ this tactic to simply keep the ball and save energy. And once or twice they might try to quickly pass from back to front to catch their opponents off guard. The top teams will also try to do this too, depending on who they are playing. Or, alternatively, sometimes they will do death by 1,000 passes throughout the pitch to wear an opposition team out with intricate patterns of play and then attempt to score from those patterns. Great, but I'm still not convinced. How could passing a ball be remotely difficult or exciting? This, of course, also depends. Scoring is the most exciting part about soccer. I think that we can all agree on that. But the main way to score is from a pass. Passing is an aspect that makes soccer so enjoyable to watch. One pass can completely dupe an entire defense and sometimes even a whole team. Current and former players like Kevin De Bruyne, Mesut Ozil, and Zinedine Zidane are passing masters. A simple YouTube video of any of these players can help illuminate this and emphasize the skill involved with passing a soccer ball. So you got me here. Soccer sometimes being overly theatrical is a bit true. Neymar really did us in with this one. Fouls in soccer can appear theatrical and sometimes are. Unfortunately, in some instances, modern players will try to buy calls from the referee by over exaggerating fouls, especially in the opponent's penalty box. Let's consider the alternative, though. Given the speed some players run at, simple contact can send them flying depending on their body type. For example, try running as fast as you can and having a friend bump into you. There's a good chance it may look a little theatrical if you go down. If you don't, you might be a Dama Traore. I would say many fouls in soccer fall into this category. That's not to say there still couldn't be some level of theatrics involved, but if anything, doesn't a little character make it more exciting? Really flare up the tension between the players? That's for you to decide. This remains the question. We have compared the NFL and European soccer for max scoring opportunity per game, finding they are not too far off, debunked myths about soccer being quote unquote easy, and lastly explored the theatrics associated with the game and why this might happen. So, is soccer boring? Well, boring is in the eye of the beholder.